Hey everybody, good morning, good morning. It is Sensei Sabira here for I guess this is your morning pick me up for my mystics who are on their way to work, who may be at work and sneaking away to listen to this brief broadcast. So good morning again. I'm coming to you from Baltimore, and let's see if we can invite. Hey, good morning, Allison. How are you, Ia? Can invite a few people on here this morning. Hope you guys are doing well. I've had a good morning, got up and did my morning chanting, got my libation, and ready to do this thing. So anyway, guys, do me a favor, work with me and share this out. And we're going to just have a brief conversation, very briefly this morning. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys. We're going to have a brief conversation this morning about I had a conversation this morning. Let me say this. I had a conversation this morning with a good friend and someone who's been working with me. My glasses have this strange glare. Maybe if I sit back. Okay, we're going to do that. She took a big step in her business on her Facebook page, right? She took a big step and kind of came out about like, who is she really? And, I want to commend her. She knows who she is, so I'm not going to say any names, but it was a big, big step. Looking for my phone. Here we go. It was a big step, guys. And what I want you to know this morning is that is necessary. It is very loving and supportive to yourself if you will give yourself the opportunity to crawl before you walk. No, crawl before you stand, even, right? Stand before you walk, and walk before you run in your business venture. Because here's the thing. People who have known you for years, they have you put in a box. That is how we're trained. You guys, you have to understand. We are trained to categorize things and put things in boxes and keep things in nice little areas. And that's not always where people stay. Every now and then, folks like us, right? We are gonna leave the box. For us, there is no box. So let's see who is on here today. Thank you for the reaction. Thank you for the love. Yeah, I appreciate it. But as you are changing, as you are growing, as you are transforming from an employee and saying, hey, you know what? I'm actually going to start to live the truth of who I am. Well, there are steps, there are levels, there are layers to this thing. You can't just go from one to the other for yourself. It's not safe for you. And I'm not just talking about in relation to what you're capable of doing, what in terms of having a business. What I'm talking about really at this point, there are so many things that you have to master. There are conversations that you need to master in your own mind. People start asking you, well, what do you do? And how do you do that? And blah, 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 blah. And you get flustered, right? And then that's when you kind of fall on your face. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced that. If you have, let me know. And I'm trying to get here to this thing on my phone, because on my laptop, for some reason, I'm not able to see the comments, and I really want to be able to, there we go, have a conversation with you guys. So let's see what's happening here. An employee and say, hey, hang on one second. There we go. Now I can see us. Hey, Aunt Tommy, Anna, Reese, and Champ is here. Excellent. Okay. So, there are things that you are going to have to master, even for you to understand the steps, right? Like working with my mentor, people all the time call her like Mr. Miyagi. Hey, Sips, glad you're here. She's a Mr. Miyagi type teacher. Hey, Lexi and Valerie. And there are things that I'm doing, things that I've been doing over the last 16 years from reading her body of work. You guys got to understand, it is necessary. Good morning, Cindy, Valerie, Lexi, Sean. If you're going to be serious about a business, it will do wonders for you to approach your business as if you're going back to school, right? And when you're going to school, when you are starting in school, you're like, I have no idea. I just entered college. I don't know what these people are going to teach me. How do I talk about it? Until you go all the way through maybe your first year, your second year, and you're able to actually have a conversation. Oh, thank you, Sips. Thank you so much. You're actually able to put words to what you're experiencing. When you are kind of like, when you're new to having a business at home, you don't even have the language because you are hopefully allowing yourself to have a full body experience of your business. Guys, share this out. Because see, what I know is I'm talking about things from a perspective, in a way that probably you haven't had this conversation before. And I'm doing this because, guys, like I always say, even mystics have bills to pay. So you're going to be in an experience where you don't have the language for what you're experiencing quite yet, right? You don't have the language. You have to allow yourself to submerge and be in, what is this to have my own business? Who am I now? Who am I becoming? What is required of me that wasn't required before? You got to learn a whole new language. You have to learn a whole new culture. Do you guys realize that being self-employed, not as a sole proprietor, not where you go to a brick and mortar, we've seen that done. We know what that looks like, right? You can at least imagine that, because kind of going to your job is kind of the same way. You can think of it as, I'm a sole proprietor and this is my contract, the one client I'm serving. That's how I psychologically started kind of unwinding myself from the airline. I started seeing my job as my first client that was paying me to show up and do a particular thing. So I was kind of there as mentally as a sole proprietor before I stepped completely into the realm of working from home. Of course, I was pushed by the diagnosis, but it doesn't matter. The point is I got there. So I just want you guys to give yourself the time, really give yourself the time to take all this in and have a full body experience as you're changing. Don't rush this thing. Give yourself to, and realize that when you step out and say, oh, you put your first foot forward and say, this is who I am now. This is who I've transformed into. This is who I really am now. You have to understand that the people who didn't see your transformation from the inside are going to be confused, are going to be maybe a little bit apprehensive, are going to be scared for you. And it all comes from love. They want to protect you, right? But you are emerging into someone new, like a butterfly. And they're like, well, wait a minute. The person that I saw a year ago or 2 years ago, maybe even I saw you last week and you weren't talking about this, but I didn't know that in your off time, you were acquiring these new skills. I didn't know that in your off time, you were actually allowing yourself to be trained into, or retrained, should I say, reprogrammed into an entrepreneur. I didn't know that. And so you step out and you got these boundaries around your time now. I can't just call you anytime. I can't just talk to you for hours and hours on end. You got boundaries around, you know, how you show up, and like you're this whole different person. You have boundaries around your finances now. You're very particular about how you work within your finances, about how you keep your commitments, because of course that's practice for showing up for your clients, when and how you say you will, your deliverables. Do you guys see what I'm saying? All of this takes time for you to relearn, reprogram yourself, and you got to kind of go into the cocoon, right, as a caterpillar. And you know, they go into that chrysalis stage where they turn into liquid. So things are not quite together. So you can't really stand yet. You're liquid for a while. Share this out, guys. Thank you so much for the shares that I see happening. I really appreciate that. And then as you get stronger, you become a winged woman. I heard my sister friend Latanya say, you become a winged woman, right? You've got wings now and you're about to take flight. You look and act and move. As a caterpillar, you're crawling around on all your little feet. When you go into that chrysalis stage and you allow your wings to grow, when you come out, you're this beautiful butterfly now, a monarch or whatever. You're this beautiful butterfly. The way you move in the atmosphere is even different now. The world is not going to know what to do with you at first. The people who've been in your life, they're not going to know what to do with you at first. Like, who is this person? Exactly. Who is this person? So you got to give yourself that time to be liquid first. I can't even really talk about my business. I don't really even, I'm learning so much and taking so much in and changing so much, have allowed myself to, Champ says, yes, right, Champ, you are not a winged woman. You are a winged man, for sure. But you're going from this liquid to this, from this caterpillar to this chrysalis to this winged being in your business. Give yourself time to be on your belly for a minute, to be liquid for a minute, to learn how to stand, just to be able to stand in the truth of who you are. Because what's going to happen is your business is going to have to, it's going to have winds that come against you. And it's not about them trying to be against you. It's about the resistance you have to be able to take, right? You're going to get resistance. You're going to get like, I don't know what I'm doing. People are questioning me and I don't know how to answer it. All of that is to make your wings stronger so that you can fly further and faster. And you can dip and dive and do all these really cool things as a winged being that you can't do on the earth, grounded as an employee. You just can't, you cannot take that, just, you can't do it. It's a different way to be on the earth. You're growing wings. You're growing wings. This process is growing you wings. So go to your job today, right? Go there knowing that you're transforming. And that right now what you might need to do is just, what I can do is just stand. And I don't need to explain to anybody what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and why this makes sense to me. You may not have the words yet. Let that be okay. And honor each step of your becoming, okay? So enjoy your day today. Create a beautiful one, whatever it is you're doing, guys. Remember, I'm here most mornings now. And I'm just coming with what my thoughts are in the morning as it relates to transforming into an entrepreneur who works from home, and what a process that is. What a process that is. So I want to give you support in doing that. But I want you to always move forward, guys. Keep moving forward, no matter what. Keep moving forward. Metamorphosis. Yes, Sips. Metamorphosis. Absolutely. So y'all have a great one. Share this out. And I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Remember, hey, Ronald, how are you, my friend? If they go back and watch the replay. And on that note, I want to thank all my replay viewers for coming in and sharing and liking. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you see in yourself the transformation. If you, like my students, I have them keep a journal. I have my students actually keep a journal of the transformation process that wherein I keep a journal of my transformation process so that I can see that, you know, it may look like tiny, tiny steps right now, but when you go back and you look how far you've come over this year and how much you've actually changed and where those pivot points have been inside yourself, shifting you from employee to this, to that, to eventually entrepreneur, business owner, and one day even an investor. Wow, what the transformation is like. Okay, so anyway, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, guys, even mystics have bills to pay. Even mystics have bills to pay. So if you own your own business, don't let people like discount you. You got bills to pay, and you deserve and you've earned the right to ask for whatever is your value in the marketplace. All right, create a beautiful day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for sharing this out, guys. Sensei Sabira checking out. Peace.